Here again. I'm going to talk on a couple different features, couple upgrades. One of them is the tires. So these are Dunlop MX53 tires. I've run the Dunlop MX53s. I probably had them because I had them on another bike as well. I probably put 15 to 20 hours on them. First impressions, and you can see that in another video, but my first impression was when it was wet, it was really slippery. There's a lot of roots, there's a lot of big rocks, and so my initial impression was it felt like it was slipping off of the rocks pretty bad. I think a lot of that has to do with you just kind of have to wear off that initial part of the rubber, because the surface will be pretty slick to begin with. But once you get past that, it actually was pretty well. Where these tires really shine is in this, as you can see how dusty the ground is here. But it really works well in the dusty and also the hard pack. I've had them in the soft terrain. They seem to work pretty well for that as well. But like I said, they really shine in the hard pack and this kind of dusty surface. You've got that channel block technology there. So it allows it to flex a little bit in between the nubs and gives you a little more traction. The front end has kind of a unique pattern. It's a horseshoe pattern, and they're actually going this direction. So here's a horseshoe right here. They actually do really well. I've had them in multiple types of terrain. They've held up really well. They get great traction. One of the things that, of course, the bike comes with a Dunlop AT81. Never have been a fan of that tire. A couple of different reasons. Number one, the carcass is really soft. So unless you put heavy duty tubes in the bike, you're going to get pinch flats. It's a given. The second piece is the front tire especially had a tendency to it wants to climb up out of the ruts. And so that Dunlop AT81, like I said, it didn't matter what type of terrain I was riding in, it was always trying to climb up out of the rut. And if it's dusty like it is out here right now, that's extremely kind of scary, because it wants to try to slide off of the side of the rut or berm, whatever you're on there. These Dunlop MX53s, I've never had an issue with that. And I don't know if it's just the tread pattern. The knobs don't seem to be quite as large on the edge of the tire, and they're definitely a lot more solid. And then you got this tie bar reinforcements in between the horseshoe shapes here, and that gives it a better hold up as well. So been extremely happy with the tires themselves. The second thing I want to talk about is this is kind of a long-term review on the Dal Soggio Spheres. So one of the biggest downfalls to any KTM, and I understand they have their purpose, but I say any KTM, I'm talking about the XC and the XCF versions. They come with the WP AER 48 forks. Never been a fan of that. It seemed like I constantly struggle to find the proper pressure. And the biggest problem, and everybody has it, is it has stiction at the very beginning of the part of the stroke. Some people call it crust. Going to a lower pressure will definitely help with that, but then also you lose your bottoming resistance. So this is a spring fork conversion. I got it from Into Dirt. These are Dal Soggio is an Italy-based company. They send them to the States. There's only a few people that install them. They are expensive, I'll tell you that. I probably spent $2,200 in having them done. But man, they are amazing. They are so plush, and so in this soft chop, it's so plush, just goes right over the top of it. But they have amazing bottoming resistance. So somehow they figured out it's probably in the mid valve, but they figured out a way to make it plush, but yet have great bottoming resistance. And you come off of a jump and you're thinking, man, it's so plush that, we're going to hit, and it's going to hit hard. And it just soaks it up, and it gets very progressive towards the end. So amazing forks. You see today I haven't used a whole lot of the stroke, and I've come off some pretty good jumps, so it works very well. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a comment. Like I said, I got these from Into Dirt Suspension. They're in California, and Brian's the guy that does them, and he's very knowledgeable. And at the time I didn't know exactly what I was looking for. I was thinking about going the KYB conversion, and then he had these Dal Soggio Spheres, which I already had a little knowledge about. And so he really kind of helped point me in the right direction. But as he mentioned, You know, the Dal Soggio Sphere is actually a much better cartridge. If you could see a picture of the internals of one, you're like, wow, it's really put together well. So anyway, feel free to check them out. But like I said, if you have any questions, anything that I can help with, please don't hesitate to send me a comment. If you guys like these videos, please take the time to like them. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to them. I'm trying a lot of different upgrades. You know, I've got some FCP motor mounts that are engine mounts that you can find in videos that I've already done, and love that. Love the Yoshimura RS12. So like I said, if there's any upgrades, anything you guys are thinking about doing and you want to know how it's going to help perform, send me a comment. And one other thing I want to comment real quick about is the KTM connectivity unit. When you look at it and compare what it can actually do in comparison to like the Yamaha with the Yamaha Power Tuner app, the connectivity unit doesn't do quite as much. So you don't have as much versatility or adjustability, I should say, like you would with the Yamaha. But one of the things it does amazing is it takes a lot of the engine braking out of this motor. If anybody has ridden a 350 before, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very on-off throttle. And so that helps eliminate that. So it makes it a lot easier for you to roll into a corner and just kind of keep your momentum, you know, instead of the engine braking one and offset the I guess the front back, you know, weight transfer. And it does an amazing job with that. You can also add in how much traction control you want or none at all. And then you can also make the bike tune it down to like a 250, you know, or you can tune it up just as high as it'll go, and it comes out even stronger than what the number 2 map would be from stock. So it is an amazing unit. They say that they're coming out with more things that it's going to be able to do, and I'm looking forward to that. But right now, what it has done and how it changes the bike and how it operates is truly unique. So anyway, like I said, take the time to send me a comment if I can help, and share this with a friend. If you know people looking to get in a 350 or want to do some upgrades on a KTM of some sort, you know, let me know how I can help.